So this 2010 Chrysler 300 is here for poor heater performance. And I'm been running in the shop now. The temperature of the engine is 97 Celsius, so it's up to temperature. That left-hand heater hose is 79 degrees Celsius, and the right-hand one is 44. So that indicates poor flow through the heater. Let's have a look at the vent temperature. So we got 29 out of that, 29 Celsius, and even less on the right hand side. And it's a dual zone AC system. There's no data stream on the scan tool for this HVAC, which seems odd, but I think we got a heater restriction. I'm going to try flush it and see if it makes any difference. So I flushed this thing once. I poured CLR in it. As you can see, the CLR is sitting in there now. And I flushed it once and I let it sit for about 45 minutes. Then I flushed it a second time. I'm going to rinse it one more time now. It's been sitting for roughly an hour with CLR in the heater core. And I'm going to have a look inside this pail when we're done to see if we get any debris out. So I flushed this heater core both directions twice. There's the inlet pipe at the heater, 71 Celsius. The engine's at operating temperature. And there's the return pipe on the heater, 37 Celsius. So it hasn't made any significant difference. I didn't get much debris out of the heater core. So I'm starting to think there's a restriction. Let's give it a chance for this thing to calibrate. It's cool air in here. It's on max heat and I'm getting like 30 degrees out of it. So apparently this return heater hose goes to the engine oil cooler, so I'm starting to wonder if it's maybe restricted. We're going to have a look underneath the car. So this is the return hose from the heater core, and it goes into an engine oil cooler at the oil filter housing. And this cooler could be restricted, causing the problem. I'm going to try pulling these hoses off, or maybe just temporarily bypassing this cooler. Looks like I could take this hose off of here and connect it directly to there and bypass the cooler just to see if that improves the heat. So I got the coolant lines off of that engine oil cooler, and I blew some compressed air through there, and this is what came out. Some crap. And even with the compressed air blowing in there, it feels like it's restricted. Like I got a rubber tipped nozzle here. Let's see. I'm going to run some water through it. I was just going to bypass it temporarily, and I've already done that, but I haven't started it like that, but that means refilling the cooling system. I'm going to see if I can flush that heater out and get it flowing better, or not heater, that engine oil cooler, which is part of the oil filter housing. Maybe if I can get it flowing better, I will just leave it. So I ended up bypassing that heater, or that engine oil cooler altogether. Now you can see the inlet temperature is 179. I changed it to degrees Fahrenheit for you Americans, and return temperature is 150, 160, roughly 155, 180, 155. It improves better if you rev the engine up a little bit, so there could still be a little bit of flow restriction, but oops, sorry about that, dropped the camera. 118 out of the passenger driver's side and 142 out of the passenger side. Usually the passenger side runs cooler because of the way the heater core is designed. And if I bring the RPM up, increasing the flow of coolant through the heater core, actually went down. This thing's going to get an engine oil cooler. I don't think we need to worry about it right now, being as how it's winter. I've got it temporarily bypassed. That's why we didn't get much out of the heater core, because it wasn't really restricted. It was an actual restriction downstream from the heater core. Oh well.